Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sonnet, the owner and creator behind Sonnet's Garden Blooms, and in today's video, you guys are getting a thrift to treasure. On my What Not Wednesday live, I started to auction this basket off. As I flipped it over, the light caught the bottom, and I had not seen that it actually had said Longaberger. If you guys have been following me for a bit, you will know that I love my Longaberger baskets, and I never would have auctioned it. The gal who won the actual auction regifted the basket to me. So let's go ahead and flip and upcycle this basket in today's video. What I decided to do was use White Swan from DIY Paint, and we are going to apply 2 even coats of White Swan to the entire basket. During that auction, I discovered from many of the viewers that the new trend is painting Longaberger baskets. So collectors of the Longaberger baskets are now painting them. I was very surprised and a bit shocked that somebody would actually paint these beautiful baskets. But because it's already been painted, what I decided to do was add a bit of color to it. I felt like the black was a bit harsh. So what I'm going to do is apply the White Swan, the several coats of White Swan to the basket, and then we're going to wet distress it back to bring back some of that black from underneath. You may be asking yourself, why did you use DIY paint? Why didn't you just spray it with a can of spray paint? The reason I didn't is because I did want to do the wet distressing back, and that is the beauty of DIY paint, is that you can apply it, you can take a wet rig, and then you can distress it, and that is the look that I'm going for. I want the basket just to be like aged looking, distressed, and so I am just going to randomly take that damp rig, rub all over, and just have that black kind of pop through here and there. And I'm going to do that all over all the sides, the bottom, and the inside. And you guys, in the end, I absolutely love how the basket turned out. And I'm so excited that I get to keep this in my collection. And at any point, if I don't like this look any longer, I guess I'm going to paint it again. Anytime you're using DIY paint, you do need to seal it. Typically, I would have used Big Top. Because of all the little crevices, I decided to use this clear coat in a can. For this project, I recently found this picnic basket. It was $7.99, and you guys, it was in really good condition. When I showed it on my thrift haul, though, everyone thought I should do something to the top of it. And so what I'm going to do is clean it all up, and then we're going to start upcycling it. I grabbed my Perfectionist paintbrush and the color Weathered Wood, and now I'm going to start painting. I'm going to apply just an even coat of Weathered Wood to the entire top. This is going to be a super simple upcycle. Sometimes your upcycles don't have to be all elaborate, but just something real simple here. So I'm applying 1 even coat of the Weathered Wood, let it dry, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to seal it with Big Top. I do want to add some transfers to the top here, and so the key is you want your paint and your top coat to be completely dry before you apply the transfers, or you will be in a world of hurt. Ask me how I know that. Sometimes I try to do things a lot quicker, sooner, faster, and if you apply the transfer before it's completely dry, it will pull the paint up and your transfer will not stick. Now that the top is completely dry, it's time to start applying the transfer. I am grabbing the new IOD transfer called Rose Botanical, and this is jam-packed full of beautiful images of roses, you guys. They're gorgeous and they come in several different sizes. So depending on the project that you're working on, I love how they have like the very large images, but then I love how it goes down to all these tiny images as well. So if you have like a small piece that you're working on, it would be perfect for that. So what I did is I went in, I just started grabbing different like images of the roses. So I picked out colors that were similar. So like some pinks, and I went with some darker pinks, and I started laying them out to envision like how I wanted to create this like bouquet of flowers on top. And I wanted to have some smaller roses, some bigger roses. And so I just cut a bunch of them out. Doesn't mean I have to use them all. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to start applying the images to the top. Now, if you've never used an IOD transfer before, it is super easy. You just peel off that backer, lay the transfer down where you want it, and then it comes with a transfer stick and you just start rubbing. As long as your project is completely dry, that transfer will come off like butter. If you lose your transfer stick, do not worry. You can use like a Pampered Chef scraper, a credit card, just something with a flat edge, and just start on one side, rub, and then start peeling that top piece off. And it, like I said, it comes right off. After you get done, take that backer and then completely rub over your transfer. That is called burnishing, and you're really burnishing that image into your project. The very last step, you're just going to want to seal those transfers in. I'm using Big Top from DIY Paint. You can use any top coat, even including a wax, but you definitely want to seal your transfers in. I found this stool while I was out thrifting, and I knew I wanted to do some type of upcycle to it. I didn't know what at the time, but then I thought I'm going to use the new IOD transfer called Fairy Tale Florals. I'm going to pull out one of these blue transfers and I'm going to put it right in the center on top. And then it has two matching strips, and I thought those would just fit perfectly on each side. So let's go cut these out and get this project started. I finally settled on crinoline from DIY Paint. I thought this would be the perfect color with these transfers. What I'm going to do here is apply 2 even coats of crinoline to the entire piece. I'm going to let it dry very thoroughly, and then we're going to come back and we're going to apply those transfers. Now that the piece is completely dry, I'm peeling off that backer and I'm going to lay down my transfer and I'm going to centerize it, and then I'm going to start on one side, use my transfer stick, start rubbing until the transfer is completely adhered. And using IOD transfers are so simple and just such an easy way to completely transform your piece. I love how this piece or this transfer and then the side transfers just go so well together and completely finish off this piece. Then I'm going to take a piece of sandpaper. I'm going in and just sanding all over the raised surfaces. I want to add a bit of distressing to this piece. Now, if you don't like distressing, no worries. Just completely skip this step. You don't have to add distressing. If you are one that likes a pristine piece, leave it as is. I just like the look and feel of like an old aged piece. So like I said, just randomly go all over, distress all the raised edges, and I dust it off. And then the last step is to completely seal your piece. I'm using Big Top and I am going to seal that transfer into my piece. Anytime you're using transfers, you do want to protect them, and I do recommend 1 to 2 coats of sealer on top of your transfer. So I'm going in, applying just 1 even coat of the Big Top, let it dry, and that is how simple it was to completely transform this little footstool and give it new life. I hope you were inspired to go out and find some thrifted items and completely transform them. I wanted to show today that you don't necessarily have to do a ton to completely change the look and feel of your items or pieces. And all you need is a bit of paint and a bit of creativity. Some IOD transfers would be amazing, but you can do anything. You can use decoupage paper, you can use napkins, whatever you have on hand to completely transform the look and feel of your pieces. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. By the time you're watching this, I will be headed down to Chicago. My husband and I are going to see a concert down there. It is like a mini vacay. We're going with our friends, and it's exactly what I needed. After coming off of a week of getting everything ready for the Maker's Box, you guys, it was exactly what I needed. So when I get back, I will also probably be hitting the ground running again, prepping for all things the September box, because next Friday, you guys, we are doing a live unboxing of the Maker's Box. So everyone that has the Maker's Box obviously will know at that point what's in it. For those of you that don't, you're gonna see what everyone received in this month's box. And we are doing a relaunch. So I'm opening up additional spots in September, or for the September box. So I am going to recommend, if you want to get a spot in that box, go ahead, get on the wait list, because on August 26th, I will be shooting out an email at 7 a.m. and everybody on the wait list will have first dibs to those extra spots. I am then closing the Maker's Box at that point until 2025. So, with the holidays, the new year, all that good stuff, things get really busy, and I will not be able to open up any additional spots until February of 2025. So definitely get on that wait list, guys. You're gonna love the next few boxes. And I'm sure future boxes as well. I just haven't yet picked out the papers for those, but I feel like each box keeps getting better and better because of all the creativity from Royce and Connie, and then the curated colors that go along with them. All right, guys, you have a great weekend. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so that every Monday and Friday when I upload a video, you'll be notified. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Bye.